Hello. I want to talk about this photo. This is my favorite photo of me for many reasons. But I think the biggest reason is because anytime that I look at this photo, it just reminds me of the new man that I was becoming. I, in this photo, was in Nicaragua, in Central America. Um, at the time, I haven't been too updated on Nicaragua. I'm pretty sure it's still the case, but it is what we here in the US refer to as a third world country or a developing country, meaning that in terms of resources, they don't have, the same type of resourceful luxury that we have here in the States. And I remember when my ex-girlfriend at the time had proposed that we go to Nicaragua. I was very opposed to it. I was incredibly opposed. Like, no, you're fucking crazy. Absolutely not. That's third world. I'm not going there. What if this happens? What if that happens? I read this review, that blah blah. And it's just funny to think about my experience in Nicaragua versus my perception of it at the time. When I eventually thought through it, and my girlfriend convinced me at the time to go, and then we end up getting there, and how delightful of an experience it was. It was literally life changing for me. I had this I casted this like this perception, this negative connotation on like people in developing countries due to, me being in this incredibly resourceful place in my entire life, being next to other people who their entire life has been in this incredibly resourceful place, and never ever branching out into any other area that isn't, a developed world. And I don't know. I just will never forget. I'll just never forget like the change that happened in me when I got back to the States, and like all the stories that I absorbed, all the people that I talked to, all the experiences that I learned about. It forever changed me, and it forever changed my perception on, what makes us human, and um if you were to ask me, I think that I would make it like borderline mandatory for everyone, at least in the United States, to travel to developing countries, because I think it can be a really humbling experience, um, to go and experience, people who don't have that much and don't really expect to have that much, from the time they're born to the time they die. Don't really expect to have that much. And yeah, it was just really magical experience. I'll share with you one story before I let you go. So I think one of the most humbling things that I've experienced while there was, we had stayed on a farm. They call it a finca. We stayed on a farm. It was a little shabby little, like what you would imagine, people just built some, little thing in the middle of the jungle, if you will. I believe they had like a nice house. I think they had like a house, like an actual built proper house. But what we stayed in was like a little shack. It was literally like a shack. They had a tarp draped over it with like leaves, and like made of sticks, like, and then the ground was literally the ground. There was no carpet, no, it was literally like dirt ground. I believe. It was pretty shabby. And then we took a shower with like a little curtain, and there was like a little makeshift thing where you would like pour water over yourself, and then the bathroom was like literally a toilet like that was in a hole. It was really, 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 really humbling. But anyways, to the point of the story. So just to set the environment a little bit, uh, they had a pet pig. It was a really, really big pig, and the host, it was a lady who only spoke Spanish. I spoke muy poquito Spanish, español, so I could kind of communicate with her. But she demonstrated how smart the pig was. The pig was incredibly smart. I would say smarter than most dogs I interface with. It can understand commands. You tell it to go here, it would do it. You told it to stop, it would stop. It was incredibly smart. You would yell at it, reprimand it, it would start to cry. You can hear it like crying. Incredibly smart pig. But I had asked her, what do you do with the pig when times get rough? Because the pig required a lot of food to survive. And I asked her, what do you do when times get rough? Like, how do you feed the pig? And her reply was this. This is our pet pig for the time being. But when the times get rough, our pig becomes our food. And where else would you be able to get an experience like that? And like, she wasn't joking. There was no ha after that. Like, she was being very sincere, very serious. That's the culture in which she grew up in. You gotta survive. Long story short, this is why I love this photo so much. It just like reminds me of just how incredible my time there was. There's a lot more. I'll save for another video, I guess. I don't want to go on too long, but I love this photo. I love this photo a lot. It means a lot anytime I look at it. Peace out.